Hey, you're watching GeekCaster. This is Michael. Michael, who else is on here today?
We got Taylor over here.
I think you said that at the same. Okay.
And you got Momo.
And you have Gwen.
How you guys feeling?
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Surviving.
I'm sorry.
Good to be alive.
That too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're give us a second. We're gonna start the show. We are working on our live stream and setting that up. What have you guys been doing besides working? Because I know half of you is still working. What have you been doing to keep yourself sane and healthy during COVID?
Fortunately, but unfortunately, I'm still working.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're the half you're the half that's still working. Okay.
Yes, the lucky half that's still working.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of hard to take portraits of other people during social distancing. So a lot of what I've been doing is actually like going back into my archives of like old pictures, edited and unedited pictures, and just redoing it. Because over time your style changes, your technique changes, you become, you learn new things. So it's interesting to see a modern kind of updated edit on my old pictures. I've also been doing a lot of yoga because I've basically been living in this current spot I'm in now. I work in this spot. I watch TV in this spot. So it's like, if I don't do yoga, I feel so like just tight, and I just need to like stretch, just some type of bodily activity.
Okay. That's what's up.
I've been doing the same it's Gwen. I've been doing social distancing, working out outside, something I've never really done, but running, doing some calisthenic things in the house. I actually got an app. I think it's called 30-day workout. So they give you a series of different exercises to do, which they're not easy. I'm so used to going to the gym, getting on my machines, doing my elliptical, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy, and watching just like a lot of shows, the Snowpiercer, rewatching my favorite Game of Thrones. Also, I was getting a little bit of the Adam C.J. Walker on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my other favorites, the Snowpiercer.
Oh, cool.
Not the series, but the movie that came out. That's very good.
Okay. I guess I'm one of the other people that's with the group. My name is Daviana. I am still working. I'm an essential worker. Besides all that, how do I keep myself insane? Sometimes I call Michael, annoy him. I do want. I had to be honest. I do call him annoy. I've been washing clothes a lot just to keep myself occupied. Besides catching the bus.
How does the clothes thing work?
What?
Doing the clothes.
I don't know. It's just peace of mind, peace of quiet, and also I like to fold and stuff. So it's like,
okay,
it's just a weird thing that happened when I was a kid. Like I would basically put stuff in the wash, like clothes that were dirty, and I'll just sit there and you ever look inside the machine to see it spins?
Okay.
Oh shit.
No, never been that bored.
Whatever. So, besides all that, I have been walking from my house to work. Besides taking public transportation.
Thumbs up on that.
Also, I've been working on a script. I'm not going to tell too many details on the script. We're at the very end of the film.
You're gonna give the ending?
So, yay. I'm not giving the ending. I'm not giving you the beginning, middle. I'm not even giving the ending.
No details.
Well, also, I just been in my room playing video games, catching up on certain shows, like basically Batman Beyond series.
Okay.
I've been watching that a lot. And
wait, what's that on?
no, I have like the Blu-ray packet
Bruh.
that has the Cold Complete series plus the Batman pop figure. So, and also I was able to digitally download it onto my mobile device, so to watch all the series, and also the Batman the Animated Series. Pretty much video games and that. I'm still stuck on Doom. I haven't finished. No, I finished Resident Evil 3, and I'm still on Doom Eternal.
See, I am part of the other half that is non-essential, so I have been staying home. However, I'm an artist, like I am a full-time artist, and this quarantine situation is my normal living situation. Like the only thing that has changed is I'm less likely to work out. So right now I have absolutely no excuse, and I am working on my comics.
Darn introverts.
Right? This is our time.
I don't know. I mean, I could be working on I don't know, on my makeup, or I don't know, having playtime with my head, doing hairstyles for work. But no, I'm good. You know, no one's calling me up wanting makeup. You know, so what to do?
Well, see, it's not really for everyone. Like, okay, yes, we are all indoors, and like introverts do stay indoors, but like sometimes when you take away the choice of staying indoors, it has a bit of an effect. So it's like,
right.
I wanted to.
Wait, she just paused.
Hmm?
No, I didn't catch the because she just paused. That's why.
Well, I paused and then I said I wanted to.
Oh.
But that was it. But you just couldn't.
Well, I have to say I've also been cleaning a lot. I can actually open up a cleaning business for those who don't like cleaning. I think I've cleaned in so many different kinds of ways. I think I've gotten a little OCD too. I mean, I've always been one to clean stuff, but it's like spraying your mail, because my friend was like, oh, you have to spray your mail when it comes with Lysol. I'm like, I've never done that in my entire life, but I guess it's time to start. You know, letting my dog speak down, because he's actually on the sofa and on the bed with us, so it's just crazy.
Nah, there's a lot of things where it's like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do the other, but in reality, they won't make a difference, if any. Like, spraying the mail, so cardboard, it was like 3 hours, I think, and paper is much less sturdier than cardboard, so I'd give it maybe an hour or two. Anything, like when they said hard surfaces, they were talking metal, like metal, glass, like stuff where they were saying it lasts up to like 3 days. It's like, those are solid surfaces that y'all aren't going to clean and are coming into a lot of contact with.
So basically, you'd have to just be in one big giant sized garbage bag with with an oxygen tank.
Or be a bubble.
Or be a what?
A bubble. Be
Basically.
Bubble Boy. Remember that movie, Bubble Boy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm so glad I'm not the only person that randomly thought of a movie from that era because I think it was like Little Nicky with Adam Sandler, where he was like the son of the said something the other day. I was like, Little Nicky, and they were like, what? I was like,
you're old.
I'm a little old.
And American Pie movies.
All right.
We old.
Well, then I'm older.
Oh yeah, and another to add, I've been cutting my own hair.
How's that working out?
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Momo, give us a really strong introduction there. You ready?
Say again?
Go on, Momo. We're on camera.
Wait, no, what'd you say? I didn't hear.
Give us a real strong introduction. Do the intro to the show. Like, start it right here. So everyone else watching, okay, so this is how it's gonna go. Everyone else watching, they're waiting and all this other stuff. But when we if they watch the stream feed, they'll hear all this, see all this. But the whoever watches it on YouTube will just cut that part. So give us a strong intro, Momo.
Welcome to GeekCaster, your home for all your nerdy news, even in these quarantines.
You can't get any better than that.
What? No, Davion, you do it.
I know, I love it. In these quarantines. Okay?
Quarantine.
Yeah.
Instant meme.
Instant. So
That's been my Twitter handle for like a few weeks.
We're live at
Quarantines.
GeekCaster.com on the live stream link. We're also live on Facebook. So that's pretty cool. So we're all live. Yay. And now, guys, you don't have to wait to watch us on cable. Whenever we say we're doing a show live, you could just check us out live and ask us questions and all that other stuff.
Yes.
So, yay. All right, so everybody wants to know this, right? They want to know, what are we watching to keep within the, shall we say, sane half of the world that's not crying every second, bugging out. We're following the rules. We're wearing our masks. We're washing our hands. But we're bored as hell. What are we watching?
I'm just sorting through the entirety of my Crunchyroll watch list and Netflix watch list.
Oh, really? Everything?
Yeah, no. Like, you know when you're just like, oh, I'll watch that, but I'll watch it later?
Right.
And you just add it to your list?
Right.
Yeah, I'm going through my list now.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It is later.
Wow. But you're not through everything, though, right?
No.
Okay. Because I'm about to
Definitely
say,
not.
Dad, you don't even sleep.
They have the Matrix on there, yeah?
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
They just put the Matrix on Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Good shit.
Yeah, the movie that Will Smith turned down. Yeah.
You can't win them all.
No.
No, he was stupid for turning that down.
Yeah, I didn't say he wasn't, but you know.
Well, look at it. To be fair, how would he know how amazing that movie was going to be? Like, if you really read the dialogue, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
And the concept is like really like out there, especially like kind of for the time. So, you know, I could imagine reading that and being like,
oh, I want to do that.
Not going to be into this.
Right. At least the first 15 to 20 pages, I could see someone being like, I don't know.
He's like, I don't
with the Wild Wild West.
The Wild Wild West, in theory,
had dialogue though.
I still love
all the one-liners.
Right.
I don't care what you say.
What you say, Taylor?
I still love Wild Wild West. I don't care what you say.
See, Wild Wild West is charming.
They had a spider that had no purpose in the film.
Listen.
A giant spider.
I watched it because my friend was one of the villain girls, which was interesting. a girl that I worked with a while ago. She was one of the villain girls. She was the one of. She was very blonde. I forget the name of the character, but she was in there.
I feel bad that I feel that I'm like well lit.
Well lit.
Yeah. Everyone sees like a flashlight or like a next time put like you put a lightsaber in front of you or something. So
did you ever go outside and play with your lightsaber?
I'm going to do it.
Oh my God.
I'm definitely going to do that. And I will film it. And I will bother everyone on Instagram with my foolishness because that's what I do.
I mean, we're okay with it.
Yay! Thank you, Momo.
So what I've been watching that isn't part of our typical kind of agenda, but has really become kind of like a pop cult classic at this point. Like everyone seems pretty obsessed with it. Is the crazy story of Tiger King.
I haven't seen that yet.
What is that even about?
What is it about? Okay, so it's about this polygamist, gay, Republican, exotic cat owner.
One of those words does not belong with the rest of them, and it isn't the big cat part of it.
Yeah, no. You mean the gun-toting, polygamous, gay, Republican part?
The last word.
Okay, I missed everything.
We're talking about Tiger King.
Oh, yeah.
He's out there. I watched some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those stories that if you read it as a script, you would be like, this is stupid. No one's ever going to believe that this would happen.
No, it's like going to a bar and having some drunk telling you a story. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
I'm seeing some of the. There's a lot of memes and pictures and.
Oh, did y'all see the one with Woody and what's his name? Woody and Buzz Lightyear?
Oh, no.
Oh God, I gotta send y'all the link of that one. How they combine Tiger King with Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
I didn't see that.
So what is it about in general? It's about some guy.
It starts off as a documentary about the so he owns a big cat zoo. His name is Joe Exotic. And basically it starts off as a documentary about him. But as his life starts getting crazier, like it just turns into like a documentary of the hot mess of the whole situation. Like there is there's like a murder plot. There's an attack, a cat attack. There's
this is real?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
To be honest, though, the cat attack isn't too surprising. Like, you own big cats, a cat attack is bound to happen. Just end story.
But it's also because it's not a real zoo. It's just a guy with a bunch of cats crawling in a zoo.
Right.
It's not like the Bronx Zoo.
It's like a broke down. It's like a broke down. I don't know, like a bootleg zoo.
Yeah, there are animal advocates. There's cub breeding. It covers the issue of tigers in the United States. There are more tigers in the United States than there are in the wild.
I believe that.
But here's the question. I thought his boy that was missing and they couldn't find his body owned the zoo, not him exactly. I think that was on episode 2.
Say that again?
The one that was missing and they thought Carol killed him?
Yes.
I thought he owned the zoo because he was the one.
No, okay, so the person so Carol's husband, so Joe Exotic has a arch nemesis. And her name is Carol Bassett. Carol Bassett is a quote-unquote big cat advocate. even though she also runs a big cat zoo. And
she's crazy.
From what I've seen of her big cat zoo, it looks pretty crappy.
Is she's the heavyset woman with the floral shirt?
Yeah, she wears like a floral headband, like she's a hippie child.
Okay.
Like, I'm over it. It doesn't seem authentic. But anyways, she had a millionaire husband, and they started arguing about the amount of money that they were spending on the park and whether or not they were going to move the park outside of the U.S. And then all of a sudden one day, he just disappeared. There's a rumor around the big cat community that she killed her husband for his money and fed him to the cats, and that's why nobody has ever been found.
So do we watch this? Do we want to see this, or
you want to watch it?
It's interesting. It's funny. It's weird and it's unusual, but it's entertaining to watch.
I mean,
okay.
The only reason I haven't watched it is because it basically sounds like white nonsense.
What?
So the only reason I haven't watched it is because it basically sounds like white nonsense.
Nah, it's Florida. It's like Florida man on acid taking care of animals. That's what that is.
All right. Well, let's move on to another show.
Okay.
What? Anything else that's on Netflix or streaming that you guys are checking out?
Oh yes, Mortal Kombat Legend Scorpion.
And where is that on? Where can we find it?
Right now it's out digitally, and you also can get it on DVD or Blu-ray if you order it or order the physical copy.
Digitally,
overall,
where digitally? Where can we get it?
PS4.
Okay.
Amazon.
Gotcha.
All your digital platforms.
Well, not all.
Wait, but Netflix has
It's not for Netflix.
Well, then it's not all.
No,
How about
Netflix
that right
has
there?
The original.
All right.
The original Mortal Kombat. Netflix has that movie. They don't have the second one, which I'm mad about, but they got the first one.
They do? Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion is like DC. It's like an animation produced by WB, but it has that DC animation feel to it, but with blood and violence of Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
WB is DC?
Yep, they own DC.
No, that wasn't a question. That was a reminder.
Oh.
Okay.
You just threw me off. So the story is pretty much the origin of Scorpion, but they do have side stories of like the main characters like Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Sonya, Kano, Shang Tsung, Goro, and also they brought back Quan Chi into the mix. But I'm not going to give out too many details of the story. It's just pretty much a very well put together animation Mortal Kombat. It was way better than the one that came out when they did the Mortal Kombat movie. I forgot the other. Oh, Mortal Kombat the animation film. No, it was an animation movie that they did before Mortal Kombat came out, and it was okay.
Gotcha.
So probably something Street Fighter-ish.
But it was more violent, more gorier. It's like it's an awesome animation film. Like all the Mortal Kombat assets that you want in an animation film. That's the best way to put it.
What else? Moving on.
Whatever.
I like Schitt's Creek. It's funny. It's about a rich family who suddenly, I think her cousin or uncle swindled the money from her husband, and then they have like two spoiled rich. Their kids are just spoiled, and they're just like unbelievable because they moved from this estate into basically a motel. I don't know if you've ever watched it.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
Very funny.
It's a very particular type of humor, though.
Say that again?
I said it's a very specific type of humor. You either get it or you don't.
You get it or you don't. Yeah, but it's funny as hell.
Yeah, it was cool. I couldn't get too far into it. Like, oh, this is pretty funny, but then does it get better?
It's very good. I mean, it's just
No,
like
does it
it's
get
just funny
better?
because I know.
I said, does it get better?
No, I've watched most of it.
Okay.
It's funny. It's just funny because they get into all kinds of like situations, but I think they're not really realistic because they're so used to being wealthy and they're
Mm-hmm.
spoiled, and just living an everyday life. They can't really get that because it's like they expect people to still serve them and they expect certain things, and it's like people are looking at them like, okay, like we're not here to service you. You got to do your own stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
but it's just funny how, because I know some people and they behave just like that. I have a friend, okay, the coronavirus, but he just can't get the fact that he can't go out and, do his thing and, act up. And I'm like, no, this is like real life. It's not over tomorrow or tonight.
How does the show progress though? I guess that's what I keep trying to ask, because does it kind of stay? Some shows, they have a formula and they kind of stay in their formula, and that's what it is. Some shows start real strong and then slip, and then some just keep getting better. How that particular one, just because it's so
Well, they
star studded, I was wondering.
Right. I mean, they're trying to get themselves out of shit creek because the husband actually bought the town as a joke. He didn't think it existed. But when they actually got thrown out of their home and they basically had nothing, they had to go there. So now they're really trying to start all over and just come up with different ideas to get money. So the son, David, actually opens up a shop, and it does well because what happened, he started working for a clothing company in the town, and basically someone wanted to buy the business, and he sold the business, and I think he got like maybe, I don't know, a few 100,000, maybe less,
Mm,
but he was able to start his own business. So it's just them really trying to get out of that town.
mm.
And then the wife Mora becomes, I believe, mayor of the town. You know, and they all play their part because they're trying to just move forward.
I think star-studded casts, like they always keep me from watching stuff. If I know it's like, oh, this person's in, that person's in, the other person's in, because that usually means they are end up overcompensating
Mm-hmm.
for it not being as good.
But it's funny. I mean, you you have to watch it. And I like it because for me, prior to all of this going on, I never really had a lot of time to watch some things because I'm more of a movie person. I'll go to the movies 3-4 days a week and watch film. Staying home sometimes and watching show hard for me because, with my work, I'm in and out, and I can't find myself glued to the television for long periods of time.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I enjoy stuff, and I can watch certain things over and over, but this is only 20 minutes. So it's like quick and easy, and you can get through, the seasons really quickly. But you have to like it. You have to
Did
like it.
anybody
I
see
love it. So,
Happy?
Yes, I saw the first episode. I ain't get finished. I'm just starting to watch the second episode,
Okay.
second
I've seen
season.
that.
I think I was
But
supposed
you
to
saw
put that
all
on my
of
watch
season one
list.
already.
Correct.
Okay.
Like season one was really well done. It was kind of kooky and weird, and like, what the heck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
But once you progress with the episodes, you'll start understanding the whole concept of each character, and you're like, oh, okay, this is like, if you really want to play, I would say more religious aspect with some of the characters. Because if you really look at it, I think one of the imaginary friends is technically a demon.
You talking about season one?
There's always that one.
Yeah, season one is it
Okay.
actually said that, and so it actually explains that in season one episode. I mean, yeah, season one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people either like that's definitely a show where it's so offbeat that again you either kind of enjoy it. I watched it and then I had to step away, and then I
You have,
stepped back and I was like, okay, you have to really accept that universe and kind of just this is what it is. Um,
exactly, and
but
that's
the
one of those
theme,
type of shows.
yeah, the themes are good though.
Hmm.
The themes are good, and the themes in season two, I thought were really, really strong. Again, really offbeat. The gore and the action. If you're into gore and action, you know, mixed with your comedy and fantasy, but having a message, then that would be the show for you. And most shows don't do all that because that's a lot.
But that kind of, because if you want to be technical, it kind of remind me of not Stan and Evil Dead, Ash and Evil Dead. That's pretty much what it reminded me of a little bit.
Oh, really? Interesting.
If you
Okay.
really watch the whole seasons of Ash and Evil Dead,
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty much that, just with imaginary characters and gore and violence, and
Have you
Ash
watched the
being
original?
Ash.
Wait, you mean
Huh?
have you ever watched the originals, Ash versus Evil?
Yeah.
Which was your favorite?
Hmm. You mean the movies or the show?
The movie.
Or you movie? I would say The Army of Darkness.
Wow, people. Yeah, that's interesting. People either like that one the most or like that the least. That's interesting. Have any of you
Army of
guys seen
Darkness
that
is
one
really
either?
good. I like it. That was really good out of the original. Because if you really looked at the original Evil Dead films,
Mm-hmm.
it was more comical
Mm-hmm.
than it
Yeah.
was scary. And Army of Darkness was more okay, actually, an action film, but it has its comical tropes into it. That Ash basically established himself as an action hero than more of a hero in a horror film.
Have anybody else checked out any horror films during this time?
I'm chill on horror. Like the only thing keeping me from watching, I think Sovereign was it? That one movie on Netflix with the train and Chris Evans. Only thing keeping me from watching that is like
Snowfall.
the comparison to the current. Yeah, Snowpiercer.
That's a
Yeah,
good
that
one.
reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
No, you gotta watch it. It's really good because it has a good cast in there. It's
No, it does.
and Octavia Spencer's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Tilda
said, I'm not
Swinton.
into things for the casting, and if it's like 2-star studded, I'll like shy away from it because I know they're usually compensating for something.
But it's a story about a train that goes around, revolution around the world really, and because there was some kind of something happened in the atmosphere, so it's everything is frozen. So it takes a
Yeah.
continuous, revolution around the world. But the thing is, the different cars on the train have different class systems. So
Yeah, no, I'm talking like that class thing. As
oh
far as that, it's like because it's similar to what's occurring now, and I'm just like, I'm good. I'll just wait till this all blows over.
yeah, but you should. It's a good watch because it's crazy when you go into the different cars. It's so much stuff going on that it's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Did you watch
was
it?
like pretty much all of my teenage years is post-apocalyptic class type stuff.
Okay.
And so it's definitely nothing new, and like I can, based on your description, I can actually see the different classes in the cars and like how they would possibly do them. There was a film where it was like they lived in specific circles and you could travel from one sphere to the next, but you had to have like a certain, the time one with Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
Yeah, so like the traffic, the cars, the train cars thing, the way you're describing that is very similar to that.
But there's quite a few. It's just funny because there's a scene where they go into like a classroom setting, and I think it was a holiday going on, and it was a lot of madness. And then there's like a club car, and you got to watch it. I just happened to watch it, and I don't know. It's one of my favorite films. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would have to say, since you mentioned it, I just want to show the audience the movie you're referencing with the Justin Timberlake, especially those who are into conspiracy theories and all that stuff. It's very interesting how. Okay, so the premise, I have to go into it. So your life, your money, everything is like kind of built into you, which is basically some sort of code, and you get more money.
Like your lifespan.
Your lifespan is your currency.
Your currency.
Right. And your youth, right? So
yeah,
when they,
because everyone's like 25 years old.
Right. So when they broke the system, all they did was make things more expensive. Again, creating, they basically created inflation, which separated the rich from the poor. So it got to a certain point where there's really no way to really change anything. You couldn't really break anything. And we might be experiencing that soon. But check out, without being all deep, check out that film. You might
we're definitely experiencing that soon. Like, we're tossing around memes about waiting for the housing market to burst. Just crash. We really are.
Wow. Send me those, Momo. Do you think that's really going to happen? You think the housing market's going to crash?
Definitely. We're currently planning for this thing to happen around July or August.
Oh, wow. There's a date.
Yes. Like, not a specified date, but there is a time frame on this.
Dang. Wow.
So is that a perfect time to start buying houses or not buying houses?
Right now, you need to wait. And then when prices start dropping, you wait again, probably like another month. We assume prices are going to start dropping around July. That's what it's like, July, August. So like in August, when people are like, when they're like, oh, they're really not buying anything, that's when we buy it.
Why is it going to take that long?
Because capitalism is stubborn.
And
why did it take so long for us to close everything?
True.
Why is it taking us so much longer than other countries when we knew this was coming? Like, we had all this time, and we're still the worst country.
Preach.
That's a whole different issue.
Yeah.
And for all of you
following that example,
geek for finances and geeks for what's going on. There you go. Yo, Mo, we should do a Mo report.
Yeah.
What?
We should do a Mo report.
What's a Mo report?
Just set up like a Saturday Night Live set. And just Mo will have a jacket, and she's like, "This is Mo."
I'm letting you guys know what's going on. Wow. Well. Oh, you know what? And I think it's on Netflix right now. Fun with Dick and Jane. You gotta check out that film. Because
I heard is that the one with Jim Carrey?
It talks about the Enron and the housing market and how everything crashed.
Yeah, that's a good movie. It's funny.
In fact, I think I might watch that tonight.
You know what I watched? What anime I discovered that is actually really interesting during this time? Spells at Work. So basically, the whole premise of the anime is it takes place inside of a human body, and the main character is a red blood cell and a white blood cell. And it's just really interesting because, like, parasites and bacteria come into the body, and the white blood cells, the different types of white blood cells, fight them off. So it's like educational and informative and entertainment at the same time. It's definitely along the lines of like a Dr. Stone, where like they're throwing actual facts at you.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you gotta pause the TV so you can read everything they say, because you're like, this is kind of interesting. What does that do again?
And what is it on?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix and Crunchyroll.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, there should be a dubbed version on Netflix.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, Netflix has a dubbed version.
Because I watched that couple of episodes of that. I was like, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. And you never go outside of the body. Like, everything that happens in the anime is inside of a person. I still don't know if they're inside of a male or a female.
There's no indication? Nothing?
Nothing.
Like, even the cells are like, there's, so in Osmosis Jones, when like all the cells were mostly dudes and then he went into a girl and all the cells were girls, like in the series, not in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, in Cells at Work, you're assumed to be inside the same person every time, and all the cells like vary via gender.
Yeah, it's gendered. Yeah, so you can't tell from the cells like whether or not you're in a male or a female. I think it will also.
Speaking of, this would be a great time for an Osmosis Jones reboot. I'm just saying.
Oh no.
No, not the movie. The show.
See, I never watched the show.
The show was great. I love the show.
The show was awesome.
Oh, you know who's getting a reboot? Digimon.
No.
They're doing the original series. They're doing a reboot.
No.
Wait a minute. No, because they just did the grown up version.
Please stop. No more Digimon.
It's like updated version.
No, Digimon.
Quit. Stop.
So they're doing a Sailor Moon thing?
Huh.
Yeah, I think they're doing a Sailor Moon thing where they just redo the whole thing, but they're updating it. Like, it's more, even the technology that they have in the show is relevant to now more than it was. So they're redrawing everything.
So they're gonna have a black Sailor Moon this time.
No, Sailor Moon's already been rebooted, and the reboot was for. Okay, the reboot was for the animation style.
No, I just messed with y'all.
Manga. Well, the reason I was asking is because they just did a fully grown-up version of Digimon. Like, they have not their newest, I guess, because the newest is going to be the reboot, but the previous one is where Tai and them are all grown up, and now they have to go in, the Digiverse is coming into the real world, and they're fighting it from the real world.
That's not the first time they've done that movie concept either.
Yes, nah.
No. But it wasn't the movie though. Like how they did it in the movie, they made it a series.
Okay, it's like Pokemon Rejects with computers.
Stop it. Okay, listen. Digimon is the one franchise in which nothing is ever the same from series to series. And it stays consistently good. It's consistent quality. Whereas, with Pokemon...
Say something bad about Pokemon. Say something bad about Pokemon.
What'd you say?
I said, say something bad about Pokemon. Go ahead. Come on. Say something bad about Pokemon.
So, Pokemon lacks consistency, and it's always the exact same story. but just a different location.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Digimon, it'll like throughout the years it's had different characters, different Digimon. But then like when it goes back to do like the reboot, there's always like that one episode where it's like, oh, remember this from a previous season, like a throwback kind of. But it's still consistently good, consistently up there in terms of like simple story, but different somehow.
Okay, I'll listen.
Whereas like with you,
had a more intense like story plot than like Pokemon did. Like Pokemon,
I'll let it slide for now.
Pokemon's plot was very like aloof. He's just like wandering around, like going from gym to gym, like
getting stung by a Beedrill.
Yeah, there's like no real.
Leave Ash alone. He finally won a tournament. Leave him alone. He finally won a tournament.
He been 12. He been 12 for like 20 years, and he had a birthday in the very first season.
Oh man!
You want to talk about a continuity error? He should be 13. Wait, no, he should,
let him stay young forever. Stay young forever.
Wait, but also, Yu-Gi-Oh was still. I don't know if it's still going, but it had several iterations in which it had vastly different characters, different storylines, but it varied from season to season as to it's like, oh, this is a good franchise, this is a good series, this isn't as good, this is good, this isn't good. You could skip that entire part. Wait, no, you need to go back and watch that.
Okay, you're referencing Naruto right now.
I said Yu-Gi-Oh.
I know, but you went straight up to Naruto at that moment.
Listen, we're not talking about Naruto. Okay, listen. For anybody watching this in these quarantine times, if anyone tells you to watch One Piece, if anyone tells you to watch Bleach, if anyone tells you to watch Naruto, block them. They are no longer your friends.
Wait, we gotta make an exception. We gotta make an exception. Bleach season 1 was okay.
No, wait. The only exception, I will say Bleach is the exception, not because of season 1, but because it is currently getting a reboot. So if anyone wants to like catch up on that, then yes. But the reason I say block them, they are not your friends, is because chances are you're starting this quarantine like at the shallow end of the weeb pool.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
Right into this like 9-foot deep end of the pool. No.
Gotcha.
No.
Okay.
I mean, Bleach, Naruto, all those shows. I mean, this is the perfect time to get into them though, because they are like 700 plus episodes.
Yeah. Also Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball franchise too.
Yeah, if you're really looking for a series to like dive into, to like super binge, Fairy Tail, that's another one.
Fairy Tail was always a much better read than it was a manga. Well, than it was an anime. It just was.
I love Fairy Tail. I love the anime.
It is a good series overall. Like it gets so much hate, but like as far as anyone who's like just getting into anime or like maybe what should I watch now? No. Well, if you have like a focus, I'm going to do this, then by all means go ahead. But if you're like, because you know how the fandoms get when they want to push something on someone, they're like, watch it. You're just like, no, it's not of that caliber to just be like, watch it. And honestly, nothing really is.
In my experience, if you're trying to get into anime, or if you're trying to get other people into anime, especially if you are of the brown community, Afro Samurai is one of the best animes to introduce yourself or somebody else to anime. I've introduced so many people to anime using Afro Samurai, and they have like dove headfirst into things like Naruto and Bleach and all of those because they're like, oh, I really like. Is there other stuff like this? You mean like they're all like this? Oh, okay. I'm about to get into this.
So Afro Samurai I haven't seen. It is on my list. It's on like you know that star list of like, oh, these are the classics and I need to watch these eventually. That's where Afro Samurai is on my list. Because I just had never gotten around to it. So speaking of classics and other stuff, what you call it? There is a new anime watching app out right now. They're supposed to have a website. However, their website just points to their app. It's called Retro Crush, and it has a few of the older titles on it. Like, it doesn't have any... It has very little titles that were mainstream, but it has a lot of 70s and 80s anime on it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry to interrupt. I just heard you. You said you haven't watched Afro Samurai?
That took you a while. Yes. I haven't finished Cowboy Bebop yet.
Wait, what?
Classic. That has the best anime soundtrack.
Oh my god!
Time.
Okay, y'all are not gonna come after me like this because, like I said, I haven't finished Cowboy Bebop yet. I haven't watched Afro Samurai yet. I haven't even watched Outlaw Star. Okay.
Stop! So, like, don't take away your blurred.
I haven't watched Outlaw Star, so I'll
No, you're not gonna take away my blurred badge because so y'all start watching this, right? I start reading most of them. Like Fairy Tail. I was reading that when it had under 100 pages. Like under 100 chapters, my bad. And like after I stopped reading at the time skip, I was like, this is gonna be One Piece. I'm not gonna do this. And then it finished, and then I just, instead of reading it, because at that point I just didn't have the time, I asked my friend, I was like, what was the ending? And they're like, so Lucy did a thing. I was like, okay. And so, like, blurred journeys are all different. And probably...
There are fundamentals. It's like learning how you gotta learn how to count before you can learn how to multiply. You got to know the third fundamental.
Listen, fundamentals is a Toonami show, and then Dragon Ball, and Inuyasha, and or Sailor Moon. Those are your fundamentals.
Does anyone remember Zatch Bell?
Yes.
What the heck is Zatch Bell?
You don't remember
that? So Zatch Bell is this great series about this small puppet thing.
Yeah.
And this magical book that controls the puppet, and like this high school kid is like, I now control this puppet with this book, okay? And it's a tournament.
What is it called again?
Zatch Bell.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
It's pretty good. It's a quality tournament arc. I will say the 90s had the best tournament anime. Like Dragon Ball hit Dragon Ball just kind of after Cell Games was like eh. And then pretty much anything after that, if it had a tournament arc, it wasn't it. It just didn't hit the same.
Until it hit the Super.
No.
Yeah, Super was off the chain. And under 18, game changer.
Have you ever seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yes, I have.
That's
all of it?
Yeah.
Both arcs.
Yeah, classic.
Okay. Like, I want you to go, like Davion, I want you specifically to go back and watch the first tournament arc. Mm-hmm. And then go watch Super.
Okay, I'll do that.
And tell me, oh, you know it was also a very good tournament series? G Gundam. And most people either love it or they hate it, and usually if they hate it, then they're very pro, like, the rest of the Gundam franchise, because G Gundam was probably one of the least political Gundam series.
I just like
'Cause it was
Gundam
just a
Wing. That was my favorite. I didn't like anything after that.
What?
Gundam Wing was it.
Oh my gosh!
Are you okay?
Oh,
I'm
there's
just
a.
gonna pop off
Do you
my
watch Food Wars? Does anyone watch Food Wars? That's a great tournament show.
It's on my watch list. Like literally.
Season 5 is on Crunchyroll. Episode 1 just premiered. I love that show. It makes me feel very inadequate as an adult, as does Top Chef Junior. Makes me feel idiot. But it's it makes me want to go to Cordon Bleu and chef it up. I need help, somebody, because I can cook, but then I watch that and I'm like,
do you
how
think
do I
those?
do that?
Do you think those kids have friends?
What did they make that you liked?
It's just
Oh,
everything. Like, the show is about students in a professional cooking school, like the top school in the world.
Okay.
So you have the quintessential top student whose grandfather is the dean of the school. And,
Right.
she inherited these cooking genes and all that kind of stuff.
Right, inherited genes.
Yeah, so she can just smell stuff and tell you whether or not you need to add this or add that or simmer longer. And I just be like, I can barely time my pasta properly.
As long
I
as it's
can't
not
eat my
mushy.
pasta.
People
That
do
shit's
that?
overcooked. I already know.
People tie their pasta. That's a thing.
Well, I have been cooking a lot during this pandemic. A lot. More than usual.
If you like cooking, you would like that show.
I actually want to make a flan, so I'm thinking about making that. And that should be easy.
You go from flan to making Thai and pasta.
Have you been cooking, Devion?
Yes.
Boil some water.
What are you eating now?
Fries.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
All fries.
So I went to Crunchyroll to find where Food Wars is on my list because I knew it was on my list. And it's not on my list.
No, I'm saying it's on Hulu as well.
Oh no, it is on my list. It's next to Sailor Moon Crystal. Mm-hmm. It's after Juni Taisen.
Mm-hmm.
Food Wars.
So like, my watch list, I just finished Bungo Stray Dogs. And then I'm either going to finish Cute High Earth Defense Club Love or go ahead and finish the 3rd season of My Hero. Because it's done and I can binge it now.
Okay, my question to everybody is, have anybody watched any old school animation movies? And I don't mean like the original stuff that we used to watch, like, Dragon Ball Z movies and all that. I'm talking about old school to the point where it's like they had horror elements, it had some weird elements, it had like some elements that, it wouldn't be accepted today.
Oh, you mean like the real stuff?
Not with all of those
old school in terms of like bad old school.
Are you talking about like Ninja
really,
Squirrels?
I generally don't like bad old school.
Like Fist of the North Star.
That's a classic.
There's one anime that was called Violent Jack. I remember an anime movie called Lily Cat. And that was one of the first anime movies that I actually saw as a kid that scared the crap out of me.
That's interesting because Momo, when you talked about like the classic stuff,
the wall, but that's fairly recent.
Can you guys hear me?
I mean, the only old
maybe
ones I've been watching are like I don't want to watch anything horror. So like I've been watching like Howl's Moving Castle, Spirit Bay, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Where?
Oh my god, where was I watching that? I have to get back.
They put them on Netflix, but they only put them on Japan Netflix, and I'm just like, fuck y'all.
One of my favorites is Princess Mononoke.
Yes, I love that one. That's my favorite.
I want to cosplay her. I love her.
Yeah, so do I.
So, okay, there's some new movies, but they're not like new. They're
No, I can't.
Danielle, why are you waving?
I was waving at Michael.
Oh,
We can't hear him. Technical difficulties.
Michael?
Michael, you there?
The lips are moving, no words.
No words.
I don't even get his thing.
So,
So,
I've probably been talking this whole time.
yeah.
Right.
Dang.
Sorry, Michael. So, other words, we're gonna switch over. Have anybody seen Alita? What's the one that came out in the movies? Alita.
Battle Angel Alita.
What's the views
Where
on that?
is it? Because it's been on my mental list of stuff to watch, but I don't remember where it was I saw it to be able to watch it.
Because I had the movie at my house, so I watch it a lot, or I'll do the digital. So I'm sorry, I'm a physical person. I like having physical Blu-rays. I like having now. Okay, perfect example. Do y'all feel as though having a
You're
physical
the
Blu-ray?
person keeping the DVD industry alive.
Yes.
So you were saying, do we like to have?
Do you prefer having digital copies or the physical copy?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of
And who
things I
said
love,
yes?
yes. Everything else, no.
So,
It's to me, it's too much. Like now, it's like, to me, it's like your space is limited and it's just having a whole bunch of stuff everywhere. I still have, you're going to laugh, some VHS stuff. It's crazy.
I believe you.
some of us still have VHS. Like I have like maybe 2 movies in my collection that's VHS.
I have quite a few. I have a
My
lot
mom
of,
has them in storage.
and I hate to get rid of them because some of them for me are classic. So
Same thing with me. Like I got the original VHS Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I
oh
am
wow,
not getting
okay.
rid of it. Yes, I have the
So what I
physical,
was trying
and
to
I got
say,
the Blu-ray
Momo,
and DVD.
before was it's. Oh, what is that? Somebody fell down the stairs.
My neighbor decided to roll something across the floor, like my upstairs neighbors. So I'm on mute.
So I think the Trinity, part of the Trinity for anime is actually Ninja Scrolls, and what was the one that you just mentioned, Davion? I think it was Fist of the
North Star.
North Star. Say it again.
Yeah, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I think all those little other ones came out of that. So,
Yeah.
what would Taylor? What would be your Trinity or base of anime for you?
Like my perfect, like a Trinity as in like the anime itself, or what would make the perfect anime?
I think that like inspired everybody. So, like G-Force, which is super old school. Speed Racer, Fist of the North Star. Those are mine. What are yours?
That's a hard question. So one of them would definitely have to be like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
Sailor Moon, because that really sealed the deal of like anime as a part of like, my real interest. And then Probably Fairy Tail, because Fairy Tail is probably one of the only animes besides Sailor Moon that I would get tattooed.
I was going to crack jokes about fairy tales, but never mind.
Me and my brother are planning to get matching Fairy Tail Guild tattoos.
Oh, that's what's up.
You and like several hundred other people are going to be matching. I'm probably going to be matching with you eventually, so yeah.
We're all a part of the guild, like.
Yep. My thing is, like, I don't know why, but I feel like people who get other guild tattoos, like they really quote unquote wear their personality on their sleeve, because the other guilds have such defining like personality traits about them that if someone were to get another guild tattoo, it's like, oh, you're one of them. Okay.
And then you'd be like, so what? Like, get with the cause. Get with the plan.
No, because so you know how in Harry Potter it's basically just like, oh, Gryffindor's the best.
Exactly, I was just about to say that.
In Fairy Tail, it's no other guild is like the Fairy Tail Guild.
Yeah, picking another guild in Fairy Tail, like to get a tattoo, are like those people who just outright claim to be like a Slytherin. Those people are like, I'm a Slytherin, and you're just like, oh, okay, you're one of like
and they turn out to always be one of those types of Slytherins. So it's like they're never the Slytherin in terms of like, oh, I'm cunning. I usually like I'm the person to go to with a plan, etc., etc. No, they're the Slytherins that like I will cut you, and you're just like, I didn't. Okay.
They're all followers of Voldemort. Like they're all Death Eaters.
Yes.
Michael, that's such a great angle of up your nose.
Oh my God.
But it's clean though, right?
I know, that's a booger hanging out.
We don't need to see if it's clean or not, though. Like, we're glad it's clean, but we don't need to see it.
Sorry, guys.
It's like a booger
dangle. Just here pressing buttons. Sorry.
See, I see that booger hanging.
Oh, Lord.
You're good, Michael. You're good.
I know. Mr. Food Eating Man during the show.
I'm sorry. You cooked. I had to grab the food.
Oh, man. You had to. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
So, it's interesting. A lot of streaming services are trying to put out content, changing the dates in which they were going to release content, which is good for us trying to consume. But there's also talk of movies that were supposed to be released in the theaters are going to be released on streaming services. What do you guys think about that?
Well, go ahead.
Black Widow, one of those movies. So are they still releasing Black Widow in theaters, or are they pushing it for streaming?
I don't know. They keep the rumor is that
for streaming.
Streaming.
See, I don't.
Yeah, they're gonna be.
I feel like it doesn't give it. I feel like putting it on streaming doesn't give it the notoriety, the credit that it deserves.
Right. I mean,
a female
that is true, but like, I don't know which is better, because yeah, Black Widow's going to streaming, but then at the same time, Wonder Woman's getting postponed. And so it's like we're getting both angles, but it's like neither is a good option. And we're just
and it happens in the worst of times.
Yeah, a lot
at the best of times, but in the worst of times.
My thing is,
you sound like a song.
In the best of times, in the worst of times.
With the Taz.
But on a serious note, but y'all did hear about AMC, right?
Yeah.
No, what?
Wait, what about it? I didn't.
For right now, they're looking like they're going to be permanently closing.
Wow, really?
The,
They're gonna at least
imagine being
half.
the.
Huh?
They said they're gonna at least close half permanently.
That's bad.
Hold up. Did you guys hear about there's a anime
That's
of
really
Star
what?
Wars?
Huh?
Star Wars anime?
Anime.
Wait, what?
Really?
Star
I'm not
Wars anime
surprised there's
season
an
1.
X-Men.
What is
I'm
that?
not surprised that there's any sort of anime adaptation for Star Wars because they did have an anime adaptation for X-Men.
Yeah, but it's just I'm playing it right now. So I guess when you watch back the show, you can see, but this is what it should have been all along. Not the little kiddie stuff they've been doing. It looks really good. It looks really, really good. I want to see this now.
What?
I know, it looks crazy. It looks like the films we just talked about. The classic, anime stuff, but Star Wars. I don't know how real this is, but it looks amazing.
Wait, what's it called?
Star Wars Anime Season 1, Episode 1, Only Hope. Polaris by Blue Incount / Unrivaled TK. That's
Okay.
it. I'm just saying. I could send you
Yeah,
the
the
link.
reason I was asking is because there's an old version, like an anime short film that looks like something similar to Cowboy Bebop and stuff of that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an supposedly a newer one.
Okay.
That's like, I think it says, hang on, Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep. Star Wars. If you just put in Star Wars Anime Season 1, Episode 1, Only Hope, you'll get it.
Okay, let's see.
It has a.
Why are my neighbors stomping on? Y'all hear this?
I do.
Oh, fair use. So this might not be real, but they did a great job. And
Just
it was recently posted too. So that's great. But that's what should have been done long time ago in a land like here.
Mama, just bang on the wall. Gotta shut them up.
You got to get a broom.
Yeah, old school.
Old school.
That's not gonna work. They move furniture. Like, they'll just be randomly moving the furniture up there.
What type of upstairs neighbors you have?
The kind that always moves the furniture, apparently.
All right, let me be more specific. Are they women of color? Are they men of color?
They are men of Hispanic descent.
Oh, you're gonna have that. You have brown, right? I'm sorry, I can't help it.
I mean, like,
what difference does that make, by the
they
way?
decide to cook.
You know they move furniture every single day, so you know how that is. Every night, especially at this time. What time is it right now?
8 o'clock.
Yeah, they're moving furniture. They're gonna be moving furniture.
I can't. All right. Does anybody keep with The Walking Dead? I know a lot of people kind of walked away from that show.
Yes.
So I walked away, and I just walked back because guess what? Coronavirus. It's good. It definitely got better. There's still those annoying moments, which they always have, where they're like, "Why does this character exist?" Stuff like that. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So Carol's character holds it down. Daryl, at this, as much as he's cool, it's like time to let it go.
Why?
Because he was supposed to have died several seasons ago.
No, they can't. They can't. I love
They
Daryl.
can't.
No.
I
I'd be very
mean,
upset if they got rid of Norman Reedus. I don't think I'd watch it anymore.
see, wait, look how she changed it. Daryl Norman, not the same character.
No, I
Not the
love
same
Daryl.
person.
So I know you watched it. You watch it hardcore. I know we had like a meeting and like, all right, guys, I'm good for anything, but once 9 o'clock comes. So what do you think of the last 3 episodes of The Walking Dead? Do you like where it's going?
I like where it's going. I want to know where from here because I don't know. I just want to know what Beta's gonna do. What's Carol's next move? You know, where does Judith fit in all of this? Because now basically she's holding on to like Daryl. She wants guidance from him because she wants to be like the perfect killer, more or less. What's Negan's? I don't know. Like, and you know, Maggie's coming back.
They just messed up Walking Dead. I'm just done watching it.
Why?
They messed it up. They
were supposed to make a movie, weren't they, with Rick? Like, what happened? What happened to that?
We don't know. As far as we know, that it's still up in the air. So,
you know, and now Michonne is gone. I love Michonne, but I mean, there's a lot of different. I mean, there's always going to be someone out there that needs to conquer. But what we haven't seen is the woman that had came in and had given them plans to make something. She gave them to Maggie. And where her group is, because she met them along the road. They were in a what were they in? They were in some kind of tank.
because with the comic books, they stopped with the walkers. Like the whole series is already messed up because a lot of stuff I understand that they had to go through. You know, they couldn't copy like the comic book, but there was ways around how they could have just structured it better. And also, the biggest mistake they did was they got rid of Carl. They got rid of Carl.
The child.
And once they did that, that messed up the whole season, the whole plans that they had for that show.
Why?
Because he wasn't supposed to die, number one. He was still around.
Well, again, you're holding on to the comic book. And they said,
but even with that. Yeah, but this, even with without the comic book, he was supposed to last longer anyway. Until that,
based on what?
Because they had an argument over contracts between him and his father.
Mm.
So that wasn't there. So because I'm the one that follows The Walking Dead through thick and thin, and once they got rid of Carl because of his father, they had to make something up to kill his character off.
So he's done.
Okay, so like there is a weird there is a thing that like when comics get adapted to TV shows specifically. So when comics get adapted to TV shows, there are characters that are pivotal in another part, and so killing them early does affect that other part later. And like a lot of times creators forget that. And so they're like, yeah, we're just going to kill this character because we don't like him right now. And then like they kill him and they get to later on and they're like, oh, should have kept writing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's
is there anything you guys want to or about to check out this week that we could talk about the next show?
What am I about to check out next week?
I'm going to work on time, so not really.
I'll be still working on my script, so because I got to get the creative juices flowing. Why are you laughing?
Because then you say nothing. Then nothing you want to check out.
I'm gonna throw my tissue at you. Whatever.
I mean, there's stuff that I would definitely check out because I'm making my way through my watch list. Like, I just finished a series and I was like, okay, now I'm starting another series. But as far as like getting enough through the series to talk about it, probably not.
Let's see.
Matter of fact, I could be watching most of those Marvel animation movies, like Blade and X-Men and Fantastic Four and Iron Man. Could be doing that. Why are you?
Hey, Davia, is it possible that you could film something that we could play in the middle of the show?
Like what?
I don't know. Like one of your characters, one of your scenes or something. Can we get like some clips or something?
You talking about from the script?
Or anything. Pressure. All the fans are listening.
Oh, God. You're killing me.
You can say no. You can say you ain't got the time because you got to do other
I do. I always do the Joker impression, so I'll do that. So y'all want me to do that?
Film something. Film something.
Why are you
Surprise
doing your
us.
face
Surprise
like that?
Just surprise
Momo,
us.
why are you doing your face like that?
I always make faces. That's what
No,
I
I
did.
said Momo, not you.
Oh, Momo? Oh, Momo always looks like that.
Of all the things, the Joker. God.
Wow, what's wrong with the Joker?
Are we to the point where we're tired of the Joker yet? Like, I know we got tired of Harley Quinn, but can we get tired of the Joker and Batman too? Like, I'm ready for it to happen.
Get tired of everything, but we can't get tired of me.
How do you feel about the new Batman coming out? You know, they have a Batman movie.
I want to see it. I want to see it only because I want to see how Robert Pattinson will do the Batman Bruce Wayne character, because that's someone in a role that you normally don't think would fit the role. So I'm just curious about that.
Yeah,
other than that, I don't really care.
Yeah, because we already knew what's his name was a horrible Batman.
Wait, who?
What's that guy's name? Ben Affleck.
Don't nobody want to say that, and I'm just like, wait, who was the one before him?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale was good. He was a good.
You know what?
He started the voice, and Affleck made everyone realize how bad of an idea it was.
Yeah.
So like, we're not gonna act like Christian Bale was a really good Batman because he started the voice.
Yeah.
Where are the drugs?
You know what? You know, now that the smoke cleared, Ben Affleck didn't do as bad as people thought or wanted him to do. He was more of a convincing Batman than Christian Bale was. It's just that we didn't see him do too much of a Bruce Wayne. The problem is, the best Batman that probably people all forget about was one of the first ones, Michael Keaton.
Oh, okay.
Because you liked him as Batman?
Because you didn't see. Okay, Batman's supposed to be like the Joker. The Joker walks around with almost like a constant split personality, while the Batman is actually supposed to have two separate personalities. Bruce Wayne's supposed to be a playboy. He's supposed to be cool and, you know, cocky. He's just, you're not supposed to ever imagine him being Batman. The last couple Batmans is pretty much, it's the same guy in and outside of the suit. You're not supposed to feel that way. So they didn't do it too well.
Kevin Conroy, Batman.
Very important question, which marks a very important thing about the last two Batmans, both Bale and Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
When did Christian Bale stop being Batman and Ben Affleck took over?
When Christian Bale quit.
Wait, no. Which movie? Which movie?
This is trivia now.
Dark Knight Returns.
Okay, the reason I asked that is because, like, Michael knew as soon as I asked the question, there is really no difference between the two. Like, in their performance, there is nothing that sets them apart. And because of that, everyone's like, oh, Christian Bale was so great. Oh, Ben Affleck was so terrible. No, they weren't. They were roughly the same level of performance. So you hating on Affleck is you hating on Bale, and you hating on Bale is you hating on Affleck. And like, people just don't get that.
Right.
Because there was no distinction.
Wow.
Say it again.
Like, yes, you get more screen time from on the Bruce Wayne side from Christian Bale than you do Affleck, but neither of them had anything distinctive as far as their acting or like anything that they really like put into it. They just followed the script.
Right. And you could almost argue Ben Affleck had so much pressure and the director in the studio to make him act like Bale, to continue that ride of it. It wasn't a fresh take. So you almost, was that the producer's fault, the studio's fault? But Christian Bale didn't have those restraints. But Christian Bale's portrayal of Batman was only amazing because of the enemies. And at the end of the day, it's really the one with what's his name that killed himself.
What's his name?
Say again?
No,
That was the one that killed himself.
no.
But what was his name that played the Joker?
Oh,
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger's performance was so great, it made Christian Bale even better. He made that whole movie. It didn't matter who played Batman. So they're giving all those props, but it doesn't really...
They're not his. And like on top of that, Bale got the hiatus. Bale came up... Okay, so you remember exactly which Superman... like which times you remember a Superman. And that is every time they came off of a hiatus. Like they maybe had 2 movies and then they just stopped making them. And then eventually it was like, oh yeah, 2 Superman movies, bam. And so you remember each of them, like because it's like 2 of them and then it's like gone. And Bale got the hiatus. Bale was like, oh hey, Batman movie. And then because Affleck just picked it right up where he left off, there was nothing to separate the 2 of them because they were so close.
Right.
All right, well, we're going to go into our little GEEKCASTER caves, and everybody be safe. Give everybody out there your social media.
Davion?
I was waiting for y'all. Okay. Davion Busty on Instagram. Davion Busty on Facebook. Jamal Williams on Twitter.
Oh, tricky.
Nobody was expecting Jamal Williams.
Yeah, exactly. Gwen Ferguson, Moonchild66 on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
So mine's going to be artgirl_Momo on Instagram and Twitter.
My Instagram is Tay_SEV. That's it. I don't have anything else.
Mine is Michael7 Michael on Instagram. And you're watching GEEKCASTER. Go to GEEKCASTER on Instagram. And everybody.
Thank
you, everybody. Have a good one. Be safe. And keep checking us out. And we'll keep giving you the good.
Good night.
Good night. Keep safe.
And who's this guy?